Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Pajama Joe here for another fragrance review. The fragrance I decided to wear today is a fragrance I had previously reviewed. It was called Oud Imperial by Paris Monte Carlo. It's a little bit cold outside and it's about to start raining here in a little bit, so I thought I would wear that one. Before I get started in my review, I would like to request that if anybody has any information about this fragrance, please send me a comment. This is called Atrium by Gaparlis, and it's been discontinued for quite some time, a few years. And the only reason that I even know what this is called is because I had encountered a picture of this bottle style that is um, similar to the picture, and on the sticker on the bottom here it says Gaparlis. So I know that's the company that makes this. But there used to be a sticker across here that said Atrium. And when I found this bottle, it didn't have that sticker. But if anybody has any information about this, please send me a comment. If you have owned this before or worn this, please send me some information because I don't know anything about this. And there is no information about this online, and I would really like to know more about this fragrance. Now, the fragrance I'm going to be reviewing and the house I'm going to be talking about today is Grey Vetiver by Tom Ford. Um, I'll give you a brief rundown on the EDT, which I do not own and have never experienced. I do not know what it smells like or anything. Came out in 2014, and the perfumer's name is Harry Fremont. The top notes are bergamot, winter lemon, Thai basil, and vetiver, which is pretty a simplistic note lineup. Um, like I said, I've never experienced it, so I don't know anything about it, um, what it smells like. But the fragrance I'm going to be reviewing today is um, Grey Vetiver, the Eau de Parfum. This is classified as a woody aromatic. It came out in 2009. The perfumer also is named Harry Fremont. The supplier is called Firmenich, and the parent company is Estee Lauder. Um, the notes in this are vetiver, orange flower, grapefruit, aromatic sage, orris, nutmeg, pimento, amberwoods, and oak moss. My opinion about this fragrance, well, look at that bottle. Isn't that sleek? It's got the nice little lines on it. It kind of reminds me of almost like a pinstripe suit. It's got a nice little plastic metallic covered cap and a metallic plate. This is the 3.4 ounce, and this is made in the United States. Now, this fragrance is interesting in the fact that it's sort of got like this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde thing going on when you wear this. It does one thing during warmer weather, and then one thing completely different during the cooler seasons. Um, the the note grapefruit is mainly at the top accord when you first apply this. That's what you get on the first initial applicate of this is the grapefruit, and then when that dwindles, it sort of comes down into this nice earthy oak moss and vetiver mixture. But during the warmer weather, like springtime, the grapefruit sort of sticks around a little bit longer, and it reacts with your skin chemistry in a kind of way that when the heart and base sort of comes out, it's slightly different than when it's cold. The weather is cold because during the fall and winter time, when you wear this, the top note dissipates super fast, and then you get the earthy, woody vetiver of this. I do not get too much nutmeg or pimento in this, but it's definitely an aromatic. Um, I would say that this is probably a very versatile um, fragrance to wear in the seasons, most seasons out of the year. During the summertime, it might just be a little bit too warm to wear this one. Maybe if it's a little bit chilly outside during the summertime and maybe at night, you might be able to wear this as like a maybe a featured event or night out, like a special occasion. You could pull this one off, dressed up real nicely, and you can pull this one off. But during the springtime, I would say maybe the beginning to mid spring, this one acts very well on the wear. On the fall and winter time, this one does very good with the vetiver and oak moss um, note combination, as well as how it forms with your skin chemistry. It does something totally different during each individual season when you wear this. Um, it transforms into something very nice, and it doesn't stay very one dimensional or mainstay when you wear this. So um, people online, they probably have encountered this fragrance before and know or expect what it does when you wear this, like the reviewers online. But as far as my standings, this doesn't stay very one dimensional. Like it it shifts with the atmosphere. But in each individual stage of um, the weather differences is very nice in all aspects. So when the citrus comes out on the first apply of this, during those warm seasons, it's a very nice citrus. It's very bright, fresh, long, long lasting. And then as the day turns from a warm afternoon to a little bit cooler evening, and the effect of this, it shifts very well as those temperatures sort of um, transform. Like it does something so different and so nice. As far as what happens when I wear this is a very difficult fragrance to over apply. I could very well get away with spraying this thing maybe 5 times more than I should, and it doesn't uh, over perfume or cloy on the wear. I would suggest that you don't use like half the bottle wearing it for one time. That might be just a little bit too much. But as far as over applying this one, it's kind of difficult because that light, fresh, aromatic feel to this. It's kind of like a lot of aromatic fragrances. You can't over apply unless you just all over for like 5 minutes. Then that might be a little much, but the performance and longevity of this is very nice. At maybe 3 to 4 sprays, it might last 4 to 5 hours, and at 5 sprays, it may last 6 or 7 hours. But the it it's different in performance as it is different in the differences of the seasons. Like if it's really hot, if it's a little bit warmer weather, then this may last you a little bit longer as far as the top note is prolonged slightly. And then when the heart and bass make the transition, then it dissipates slower. But if it's the colder weathers, then this one may last you a little bit shorter amount of time because the top note dissipates real fast, and then the bass, the heart and bass, it comes out. So it's kind of hard to describe the performance of this because it does something so unique during the different seasons. Like the transformation of this is fantastic. I really enjoy every side to this fragrance. I think that in comparison to the private blend, some of those might be just a little bit cloying, maybe a little bit too perfumey when over applied. But this one, it separates itself from those line of fragrances of this same house in the fact that the wear is totally of individual. Um, this fragrance is, I suggest this to anybody that is interested in something very elegant and very slick. Um, Maybe wearing a suit and tie, or maybe just like a nice long sleeve shirt, solid color long sleeve shirt. I would say go with this one. Um, it is definitely formal occasion as well as casual in those same aspects. Um, so that is probably uh, the fragrance that I would say that you could probably get away with wearing um, the most amount of seasons out of the year for sure. You could probably come up with your own conclusion of what this fragrance does if you were to encounter it, whether you're wearing it or you're thinking about obtaining this one. But I'm just giving you my view on what my experience is. My experience is when I wear this because it doesn't stay the same scent. It's affected by the atmosphere and the weather, and um, citrus is not very prominent in this one that much, unless it's warmer. Unless it's warmer outside, then um, I would say probably go with some aquatics during when it's really hot outside. I would say go with some aquatics, but the the mid-range temperatures to cooler temperatures, this one's probably more suitable for that. Um, so that is my take and review of Tom Ford's Great Vetiver. Um, very fine fragrance, very nice. Well, that's all the time I'm going to be talking about fragrances for right now. I'm going to try to get in another review here today, here in a little bit. But if you want to talk about a fragrance that is very classy and very, very light, fresh, woody earthiness, which is a combination of elements that that's kind of hard to come across because usually it's like one spectrum, light and fresh, one spectrum, spicy, one spectrum, earthy and woody. Whereas this one's kind of like a combination of two spectrums that is so unique. So that's Grey Vetiver. Um, definitely uh, nice. Fantastic fragrance. Fantastic. Well, thank you for watching my video. I'll be back here in a little bit to do another review. Um, have a nice day, everybody.